So it's the big 26 and I'm still stuck playing Dark Souls 1 every single day. When normal people think about their families, what to eat tomorrow, the hot car from Cars, or their jobs, I think about this 15-year-old game. And it's gotten to a point where I have to dig way too deep to find something that no one has ever seen before. Scraping the bottom of the barrel, getting what we can. So to honor that, I decided that today I'll cut off Seath's tail, push it past the invisible bridge, and give the crystal golem that lives there a chandelier made from the tail. Probably the first time this sentence has ever been said out loud. Seath's tail is a tricky one and it's not going to be easy to control it on the bridge, and then setting it up correctly for the golem to use. Before we get to the action, there's a couple of things we need to do. First we need to buy a lot of these rainbow prism stones so we don't fall off the bridge. Then we need to run through this guy's legs and continue on to Anor Londo. Mainly for the crystal halberd so we can cut off Seath's tail as fast as we can. Finally we want to skip the first encounter with Seath, so we use one of these speedrun tricks to skip the fight. It's a pretty tricky one to pull off, but mission failed successfully. Now we're ready to face Seath, so here's a flawless tail cut in New Game Plus. By the way, also during this challenge, we're actually gonna change Seath's tail's color from white to black. But I heard a story that the golem actually wanted to have a black chandelier, so that's even better. And that lame sword, we won't be needing it. Now that we have the tail, we do not want to rest at a bonfire or the tail will disappear. But instead we want to continue with the tail and run outside the room. Like I said before, the tail is very difficult to control, so I decided to kill these clam guys beforehand, so they don't ruin everything. When approaching the ledge, the tail usually gets some intrusive thoughts and wants to jump off, so you better leave it a bit further behind. Now we need to use the prism stones to mark the path. Obviously without the tail it's very easy to navigate this bridge, but trust me, I've tried this like 100 times with the tail and you need these stones. Because every time the tail falls you have to kill Seath again and again. Now we have a perfect path for me and the tail, also known as a chandelier. When with the tail you want to position yourself in a way that on both sides there's an equal amount of weight. That way we can take full advantage of the path we made. This is also the part where the tail changes color from white to black. The nerds would probably say that it's because when our character passes a certain point, it then loads the archives version of Seath. The Seath whose tail we never actually get to see, so they didn't need to render it. But I'm not a nerd, so how would I know? Now that we're on top of the golem, we have to get the tail hanging over its head. It's not an easy feat because there's only a small spot where you can get the tail to stick. It takes some practice to actually get it there correctly, but we managed to do it. And there it is. Now the golem has a cool chandelier made from Seath's tail, just how Miyazaki intended. Or maybe it's a mistletoe and we end up kissing passionately with the golem. Now you know.